This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Make a website super duper easy with Squarespace. You've probably heard of it, the most famous, supposedly best artist pencil, the Blackwing pencil. I'll be honest, I've never used one of these, but I've heard of them. What's so great about them? I don't know, it's a pencil. Maybe I should try this pencil in my next video? Anyway, when I found out Blackwing makes colored pencils, I wanted to try out the colored pencils because I'm more of a colored pencil kind of gal. Look at the package. It's sleek. It's even got a magnetic closing. Ooh, look at this. A window to see the pencils. A window to touch the pencils. Wow, fancy. And on the back, we have a little blurb, which I thought was really interesting. It says, these were discontinued in the 1990s, where people were paying as much as $40 on eBay for a single pencil. I looked it up. $40 today is $80 for one freaking pencil. If y'all thought Copic markers were ridiculous, we're talking $80 for a pencil, y'all. A pencil. Anyway, I would like to swatch these pencils and see what's up. Today I actually wanted to compare the Blackwing colored pencils with my usual Prismacolor Premier colored pencils. The Blackwing pencils are $2.25 a pencil, and my Prismacolor are actually $1 a pencil. So let's see if these are worth over twice the price. As much as I've heard about the Blackwing being described as not having to press down and just being really soft, I feel like the Prismacolor Premiers were just a lot more buttery and smoother feeling than the Blackwing. Maybe they specialize in actual graphite pencils over colored pencils, because they're definitely different. I matched the colors as similarly as I could. I feel like maybe Blackwing, their colors remind me of children's art supplies. Let's just say it's giving Crayola. Whereas I think a lot of the Prismacolors are a little bit more earthy. There are certainly bright colors, but I don't know. If you've worked with a lot of children's art supplies, you know what I mean. So now that we've done our color swatching, my other test I love to do is just testing the overlay, which is the red, yellow, and blue circle test to see how they overlap. Layer is the word. I think this made the test very obvious which colored pencil sets down a solid blanket of color, if you will. Looking at the Prismacolor, you can just see how dense and thick and covered the colors are compared to our Blackwing, the blue. You can still see, I don't know, it's not as thick. How do I describe it? It's definitely more transparent because it's not as thick, but look at these. Look how thick these are. I love a good comparison. I love a good test, but now it is time to just make an illustration using our Blackwing colored pencils. What are we going to doodle? Let's find out. Before we get into creating, I want to give a huge thank you to the sponsor of this video, Squarespace. And you know who graduated with a graphic design degree? Me. But do you know who absolutely bombed their website design class? I mean, technically I passed it, but Lord knows the website designs are awful. It was me. But look at my website now. This is my website. It's adorable. It's sleek. It's cute. And I absolutely couldn't have done it without the flexible website templates Squarespace has to offer. Simply select your template, edit it, or don't, and you have a website. Sell your products with an online store. Whether you're selling physical, digital, or service products, Squarespace has your back. And you can even create a secret members area. That's right, monetize your content. In this economy, head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/KaseyGolden to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Let's get to drawing dogs. That's right, I said it, dogs. I have a confession. You guys know I draw mostly cats in my art in my videos because I really like cats. I think they're fun to draw. They're very cute. I like cats, I'm a cat person, but I will admit when it comes to drawing dogs, because there is such a variety in their shapes and sizes and their looks, The variety makes it a lot more fun and a lot more interesting to exaggerate their shapes compared to cats. So we're starting off with a doodle of a greyhound. I have owned a greyhound. Actually, it's the only dog I've owned. It was a family dog. They're very cat-like. They don't do a lot except run sometimes when you take them to go running. Otherwise, they're pretty chill, so I am partial to greyhounds. I wanted to focus a color or theme on each of these doodles, so I'm starting off with warm colors. We've got yellow with orange spots. Overall, I wasn't really sure what I was looking for with these pencils. I just wanted to use them as I use any colored pencil when doodling. As you guys know, with my style, I do work with large chunks of color, blocks, big shapes. I don't do a lot of blending, but I did want to try to do a little bit of blending just because I was testing these pencils and just seeing what they could do. Laying down the flat colors, they felt like a pencil. They did pretty all right when layering on top of each other. They were pretty smooth. I was very happy when sharpening these pencils because they were not breaking constantly. Sometimes I get a pencil that has, I guess, been dropped at some point and the lead is just completely busted throughout the whole pencil. So as you try to sharpen it, you just get all of these little breaks and little pieces that just won't stay together, and that really sucks. I don't know if that has anything to do with the product or just luck, but I did enjoy that. I will, however, say that I felt the wood used for the pencils was a little bit rougher as I sharpened the pencil. And yes, I did compare the Prismacolor with the same sharpener, but the wood just felt kind of rough when I sharpened the pencil. It was jagged. It just felt really splintery. It didn't affect the way I used the pencils, but I don't know. It made me nervous, I guess. Other than that, so far these pencils felt pretty good. For our second dog doodle, I am drawing a Basenji. I've never heard of this dog. I think I just Googled dog and I was just looking at different dogs and breeds and which ones would be fun and different poses that I wanted to draw. Another shocking rare occurrence in my art. I used a reference. That's right. All of these dogs today I drew from an image. Using references are great. I am definitely not knocking on using references. It's just kind of a joke with me that I never use a reference because I think it's funny to make things look as goofy as possible. And personally, when I use references, my art it leans towards not exaggeration. I get really caught up in trying to make it look not realistic, but just more like the reference. So I get sort of stiff and I don't play around with shapes and exaggerations as much when I use a reference. But yes, today we're using references. So for this doggy doodle, I wanted to focus on cool colors. And by cool, I guess I just mean I'm using two colors. I'm using a light blue, the dark blue, and I think I occasionally used some purple just to darken up some areas. Again, these pencils felt surprisingly, wow, the same as the previous pencils. Now that I think about it, I wonder if there is a difference in colored pencils. Like, does the dye in the red make the pencil feel any differently than the dye in the blue pencil? Thinking about it, you would think maybe there could be some sort of variety in the way different dyes affect the pencil. I'm sure there is, but also these companies know what they're doing. They've probably worked around those issues and found solutions. It's 2023. Pencil technology has come a long way. One of the ways I am trying to make these doodles a little bit more fun and colorful, as you saw on the greyhound, I have little particles that were coming off the dog as it ran. For this dog, because it is in a chill laying down position, and it's kind of ghostly with those blue colors, I have lines coming off of it as if it is magically disappearing. I don't know. It looks really fun. The texture is fun. The colors are fun. And as much of a dog hater as I am, this is a fun doodle. Our third and final doodle is kind of a meme on my Twitch stream. I'm drawing a pug. Pugs are, you know what? I'm not going to say anything about the pug. If you like pugs, good for you. That's all I'm going to say. Our last two dogs were a lot lankier, a lot more fit, and dog-shaped. So I wanted to draw a dog that was round and wrinkly, and I'm trying to think of words that aren't mean to say about this dog. When it came to choosing the colors for this piece, I was looking at the colors that were available. When it comes to colored pencils, I do find that if you don't have a lot of variety, it is hard to get a variety of tones like darknesses and lights. You either have the choice, especially when it comes to a pack of 12, your choices are either a dark color or a medium color. There's not really a light color. Even the light blue, I find it to be sort of dark, and you really have to use the pressure in which you press the pencil to your advantage. I know, that's kind of one of the points of using a pencil. Some of you are probably rolling your eyes, but let me explain. Me personally, like I mentioned, I don't really like gradients that much. I like to put a nice, firm, solid color down. So I don't like to work around those pressure points of a pencil. I want to press down and get the color. I'm not huge in texture unless I really want to lean into the texture. All of that to say, when it came to the color of our pug, I wanted a lighter color for the base of the dog, so I had to go back to yellow, but instead of going into the warm direction, we went in the green direction, which I think is technically cool. Thankfully, that meant we have yellow for a light color, light green for a medium color, and our green for a dark color, and I even had the possibility of using blue for an even darker dark color. And for the little textures and bits and bobs coming off of the pug, I went with the green theme, and I put a little clover coming out of his head and just kind of went from there. Sort of clovery, leafy bits coming off, maybe hearts, just little shapes coming off of this round dog. This one's really fun. I think all of the colors in these doodles turned out really nice. And that's our third and final doggy doodle. Overall, I give these pencils a they're colored pencils. Maybe Blackwing stick to what you know, and that is graphite. And that's that. A huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Make yourself a website. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.